What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Questions and Coffee, where we answer your most commonly asked questions in regards to fitness, workouts, our channel, or whatever questions you have.
But today we're actually filming this before bed, so this is going to be an episode of Questions and Cocoa, not Questions and
Remix.
Coffee. So this is the hot cocoa that we have every night before bed. This is Beam's Dream Powder. We'll tell you all about it, but first, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into these questions.
Let's get it. So we posted in our YouTube community group, our Facebook group, and on our Instagram, asking you guys to give us questions for this video. And we sort of picked some of the most commonly asked questions throughout all of those polls. So also, if you ever want to be featured in one of these videos, be sure to check out those groups. We'll link them down below, our Facebook groups, YouTube community. We post updates and a lot of different things in that as well. So
all right, let's get into the first question.
Let's get it. All right, so question number one. Hey JNT, what tips do you have for someone who struggles with basic push-ups and pull-ups? Those are a challenge for me, LOL.
Good question.
Honestly, push-ups and pull-ups are a challenge for a lot of people, whether you're good
even if you can do them.
Even if you can do it, they're a struggle for me too. But the biggest recommendation, we don't want to overcomplicate this. If you want to get better at push-ups or anything, do more of it, right? If you want to get better at squats, do more squats. If you want to get better at push-ups, do more push-ups. We recommend doing it at least 2 to 3 times a week to get that stimulus, and you want to do different exercises that work the same muscle groups. So with push-ups specifically, they work the chest and they work the triceps, so you can implement some chest presses and a lot of different variations of exercises that work those muscle groups to ensure that you're getting stronger in those muscle groups, and then you're able to do push-ups more efficiently. Same thing with pull-ups. Pull-ups work the lats and the biceps, so you want to strengthen your biceps and your lats, but also try to do some modifications of pull-ups. You can do a lat pull down, especially if you have a gym membership, you have a lat pull down machine. That'll be a great way to kind of get that same sort of
muscle groups.
Same sort of motion.
You can also use for the pull-ups a pull-up band or super band to help you and assist you with the pull-ups just until you get strong enough to do them on your own. And for the push-ups, we also have a push-up video on the channel with different variations and modifications to help you get better at those as well. We'll link that in the description.
All right, here.
All right, question number 2. To see rapid changes, how many doubles workouts would you recommend a week? So doubles workouts here, we're gonna assume you mean 2-a-days. I only utilize 2-a-days when in a couple of instances. One, if I need to start implementing a little bit more cardio. And in that instance, usually I don't have a long time during the day to work out. I might have 45 minutes to an hour. If I'm doing a good heavy strength workout, I may not have time to implement that 20 or 30 minutes of cardio. So I'll do it later in the day. That becomes a 2-a-day. If I add an hour and a half to do it all at once, I would do it all at once, right? Or if I'm trying to break it up, let's say I had a really heavy strength day, and if I do that cardio session right after, it's not going to be efficient because I'm so fatigued from the strength, then I'll break it up to later. But all in all, 2-a-days are not sustainable. They're not consistent. You can't do a 2-a-day every day. You're going to be exhausted, fatigued. You're not going to recover. And if you're not recovering, that's going to hinder your progress. So I actually would not recommend a 2-a-day to see rapid changes because rapid changes usually means it's not sustainable. The biggest thing I recommend is just go as hard as you can in the time that you have, right?
If you have only 40 or 45 minutes to get in a solid, efficient workout, go as hard as you can to make sure that workout is efficient, and you won't need a 2-a-day, to be honest with you. Only, like she said, the only time it would be necessary is if you're breaking up maybe some strength and hit cardio and you want to make sure that both of those workouts are as efficient as possible, right? So that's the biggest recommendation we have. All right, question number 3. I have hit a plateau. Started following your workouts a few months now and lost weight, but now nothing. What should I do? So we just want to let you know that plateaus are normal. Don't feel like you're alone. I've plateaued, Toya's plateaued. It happens. But the biggest recommendation that we have for that is to have variation. So number 1, if you're doing, the same Juice and Toya workouts 2 to 3 times a week, you might want to kind of flip the script. You might want to do some different workouts. You might want to try maybe some ab workouts, some different high intensity workouts or strength workouts, and also change your resistance, right? If you're just using 5 or 10 pound dumbbells the whole time and you feel like those are getting easy or you're using them all the time, increase the weight a little bit more.
And also with that, a change in your nutrition. So if you started doing, let's say, strength workouts that's new to you, you may have increased your metabolism, so you may need more calories in your diet. You may be needing more protein to help you recover. You're not properly recovering in the muscle building. So a change in your workouts, but also a change in your nutrition may be needed as well. So
the biggest key is just change, variation,
change.
You're good to go.
All right, question number 4. I've been on the app program for 7 months now. Shout out to the Juice and Toya app. And I've seen results, but my lower stomach fat is super stubborn. What can I do nutrition-wise to help me get rid of this issue? So very first of all, unfortunately, we cannot spot reduce fat. I wish we could.
Yeah.
We would all look exactly how we want to
Trim
look.
it off.
Right, so we can't target just the belly fat, but what we can do is do things to increase our metabolism or our rate of fat loss. So first of all, strength training is going to be really good with this. So I don't know what workouts you're doing on the app, but increase your strength training, increase your weights, your resistance. The more muscle you have, the more your metabolism, the faster your metabolism is going to work, and that's going to help with that fat loss. Nutrition-wise, I would make sure that you're getting in enough protein to help that metabolism increase. Make sure that you're getting in enough calories in general. So you also don't want to slow your metabolism by under eating as well. So nutrition-wise, I would say make sure you're getting enough calories overall and getting in enough protein so that you can help with that muscle recovery, which will in turn help with your metabolism.
And if you're not aware of how much you're eating or how much you should be eating throughout the day, check out the TDEE calculator that we have within the app. It'll tell you how many calories you should be eating given your activity level, and then also introduces macros to you as well. So if you're not familiar with macronutrients, that can be a big first step in understanding what your body needs, and then
how much of
it you need, and then also that can kind of be the first start of trying to get rid of that stubborn fat area. So check that out in the app, and if you're not on the app as well, we have a ton of resources to help you out with that. So
check it out.
All right, question number 5. How do you get over muscle soreness after workouts? Great question. Number 1, and this is something that I've struggled with a long time up until now, and that is sleep. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. That is a great key and easy way to make sure you're recovering properly on a daily basis. Getting those 7 to 9 hours of sleep is going to make sure that you're regenerating, your muscles are recovering, and you're able to attack the next day of work with no problem. All right, so sleep is a big key when it comes to recovery. Number 2, you want to do the little things. Make sure you're stretching before and after workouts. Make sure you're warming up, getting in a good cool down, and then also doing some foam rolling, doing some mobility exercises. All those little things are what's going to play a big part in how sore you are and how you're able to perform on a daily basis. So doing those little things, that's going to make a huge difference.
And on that note too, nutrition is going to be key. Your hydration is going to be key. So making sure you're getting in the proper nutrients, your proper protein, so that you're able to repair that muscle that you just broke down. All of that's going to be just as important as getting in your stretching, your foam rolling, and your sleep. So recovery is going to be key in helping to reduce muscle soreness.
For sure.
And speaking of recovery, this hot cocoa has been a game changer in our recovery and our quality of sleep. So this is Beam's Dream Powder, and it does exactly what the name says. It helps you to dream. So we've been drinking this every night before bed for the last couple of weeks, and it has been such a game changer, not just our quality of sleep, but our recovery and performance the next day as well. So the ingredients in this, we love that it's super minimal, and all of the ingredients have a great purpose in quality of sleep and recovery. You've got the CBD, L-theanine, reishi mushroom, magnesium, melatonin. All of those things are so key in quality in getting a good night's sleep, which is going to help you with your recovery and your performance.
And it tastes like hot cocoa. It's literally hot cocoa, and sometimes we look at this like a little dessert before we go to sleep.
You know I have my sweet tooth and I need something sweet before bed.
Also, what I like about it too, it's very easy to make. It's like making a cup of hot cocoa. Drop some Dream Powder into some hot water, some almond milk, oat milk, whatever beverage you like, mix it in, and then you're good to go. All right, so if you want to try this out for yourself, be sure to use code JUICEANDTOYA at checkout, or hit that link down in the description, and you'll get 35% off your first subscription with Dream. Again, just use code JUICEANDTOYA. Any order after that, you'll get 20% knocked off your order, and you get free shipping. Also, you get one of these Beam mugs, and then you can never have enough of these.
You can never have enough frothers. So you'll also get a Beam mug and a frother with your first subscription as well. So Juice and Toya at checkout for 35% off your first subscription. Check it out, hit that link in the description. Let us know how you like it. Let us know the benefits that you see from it, or how you're utilizing it to help with your recovery and performance. And we hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
Honestly, I'm sleepy right now.
Good night. All right, question number 6. Toya, why is there a German flag on your Instagram account? Do you have German roots? I am from Germany too. I love you too.
Schlieblich.
As you can see, I've taught him a little bit of German. Yes, I am from Germany. I was born and partially raised in Germany, and I was born in Bitburg. We moved here to America when I was 7 or 8. I spoke fluent German until like 1st or 2nd grade when I started to really learn English. And up until my mom passed, I spoke with her in German. And so I can still speak it. It's going to be very broken, but I could hold a conversation with you. But yeah, I am from Bitburg, Germany.
All right, question number 7. Muscle injuries versus soreness. Knowing the difference between something you can work through versus needing to rest a few days, if that makes sense. A couple of times I felt sore twinges, and I don't know if it's because my muscles are new to growing and developing, quote unquote weak, or if I've strained something due to bad form, etc. So it sounds like you're just trying to understand what's the difference between an injury or just having muscular soreness. So the biggest way to distinguish that is just noticing the time difference, right? So if you did a hard workout, you know you went super hard and you feel a lot of tension, you feel some tightness and soreness in your muscles, that usually can happen within 48 to 72 hours. You'll start to feel that soreness, right? But if you feel like that is sort of lingering, let's say, 4 or 5 days after the fact, you sort of still feel that tension, that tightness, that pain in a sense, then it could be some sort of muscular tear or injury, right? So the biggest thing you want to pay attention to is the timing of everything. If you feel like that soreness or that pain is lingering for a long period of time, especially over a week or so, then in cases is you're either not recovering properly or you might have sustained some sort of injury, and definitely recommend you get that checked out by a doctor. So that's just a big way to kind of distinguish the two.
All right, question number 8. How do you stay on top of drinking water? Any tips? So for me, I always keep a large mason jar.
I didn't even know she had that on the floor.
Always keep a large mason jar.
It everywhere.
Everywhere. This is 32 ounces. And I notice for me, when I'm keeping a larger glass, I'm drinking more because I'm refilling a larger glass versus keeping like a 10 or a 12 ounce bottle. I'm not refilling it as many times. If I only have to refill this, let's say 4 to 6 times, I'm not gonna wanna refill a 10 or a 12 ounce glass every 30 minutes, 20 times in a day, right? So keeping a large glass or a large water bottle, for me personally, has helped me to drink more water. Also adding things into your water like lemon. I love having lemon water first thing in the morning. People like to put cucumbers, limes, berries, just to give it a little bit of flavor. So sometimes that can help you to get more water in as well.
One thing I like to do personally is make sure I'm getting about 16 to 20 ounces of water per meal. So if you're eating 3 meals a day, those are 3 opportunities where you can put down some water, especially even with my snacks. If I'm eating a snack, I try to match that with water as well. And if you're matching that water with your meals, you've at least had 4 or 5 glasses of water throughout the day, and then you can kind of fill that in with all the rest of the water that you need throughout the day. So definitely, number 1, keep the water in front of you, keep it everywhere, keep a bottle in your bedroom, in your office, wherever you need it. As long as it's available to you, you'll see it and you'll naturally stay hydrated with it. And then also just have water with your meals, have it with your lunch, have it with your dinner. That's just an easy way to just be mindful of it while you're eating or while you're consuming your food. So. All right, question number 9. Is 20 to 30 minutes workout enough? I'm assuming you're asking, is 20 to 30 minutes enough to see some sort of result? And the answer is yes.
I'm gonna let you give your side and I'll give my side.
So it depends on what your goal is, right? You can have a goal to build a lot of muscle or lose a lot of body fat. Is 20 to 30 minutes enough? It depends, right? There's a reason we put 20 to 30 minute workouts. We have 10 to 30 minute workouts on our channel, is because we know that the general population doesn't have an hour and a half to work
all
out. All at one time to work out. So we put out these workouts, 20 to 30 minute workouts, to make sure that you can be efficient, which is the big key here, is efficient in those 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're going hard, let's say you're doing a strength workout or even a HIIT workout, you want to maximize, if you're doing an exercise for 40 seconds, you want to maximize that time that you're doing those exercises to make sure you're getting the most out of that workout. And then throughout that 20 minutes, if you're sweating like crazy, if your heart rate's up, then yes, that 20 to 30 minutes can be enough for you, especially if that helps for you to stay consistent throughout the week. So if you feel like you're doing hour-long workouts and you're only getting through 2 or 3 throughout the week, then you may want to slim it down to those 20 to 30 minute workouts if that helps you stay consistent. Yeah,
so with that, there may be times that someone does like an hour workout and 20 minutes out of that hour is spent on their phone, changing music, talking, taking long breaks, taking pictures for the gram. So sometimes what someone does in 30 minutes and someone does in an hour, it's the exact same thing stimulus-wise because they are taking longer breaks. So in that 30 minutes, like you said, if it's efficient, you're going hard, you can get done in 30 minutes, sometimes what it would take you to do in an hour. On the flip side, there are times where you need those long breaks. If I'm lifting really heavy, it may take me 20 minutes to get through 2 exercises because I'm taking a longer break. So depending on what your goal is, you might need more than 30 minutes if you're trying to get in a lot of heavy lifting in one session. So depends on the goal, but like he said, overall, what's keeping you more consistent, and how long do you have to reach your goal? If you have a very high fat loss goal and you're only doing 20 to 30 minutes a day, it might take you a little longer than if you were doing 45 minutes, but if you're consistent, you'll get there. So is it enough? Could be. Yeah,
could be.
Could be.
Could be. Maybe. Who knows?
Try.
Last question.
All right, last but not least, because I don't know if you noticed, my dream is gone.
Hey, I've been pacing myself.
That means I've got about 2 minutes before I'm out. So last but not least, how to keep motivated when you don't immediately see results.
That's a good question.
So this is a good question. It's very big. There's a lot of different pieces to this, but very first, I would say give yourself grace and be patient. So a lot easier said than done, but if it were immediate, if everyone's results were immediate and we just started it and saw results, everyone would be fit, right? If it were that easy and that immediate, everyone would be fit and nobody would struggle and no one would have this question. So try to be patient and try to trust the process throughout. And then second, I would say be realistic also. So a lot of times we are, you know, dilly-dallying here and there and we're doing this, but maybe not that. And I did my workout, but I skipped 5. And then at the end of it, I'm like, why didn't I see results, right? So maybe looking back and being realistic, if you think you did all of the things and you're not seeing results, look at those things. Were there some things that you didn't do or could have done to maybe change that? And then change those things and then move forward. And now you know, and then move forward from there.
And then another thing is try not to be so hyper focused on seeing results all the time. You know? We like to do our workouts and then what do? Immediately go into the mirror, you know, look at a nice pump, you know, try to see if the workout actually worked. It doesn't happen that way. You're not gonna see results right after the workout. You're probably not gonna see results at the end of the week, right? Try not to be so hyper focused on seeing results all the time. If you're gonna be hyper focused on something, be hyper focused on making the right decisions, doing your workouts, doing the recovery, making sure you're eating properly and getting enough sleep on a daily basis. All those little things will add up to results over time. And if you focus on just, you know, making healthy decisions and living a healthy lifestyle, the results will happen. Like she said, trust the process. For example, we just recently finished a 4-week challenge and we had a lot of themes throughout the challenge to help people with not being so hyper focused on the results. So the first week was focused on consistency. The second week was focused on diet and nutrition. The third week was focused on the recovery. And then the last week was focusing on finishing strong. And for that, a lot of people weren't focused on the results. They were just focused on getting through the challenge and making it
1 week at a time.
1 week at a time and making it to the very end. And of course, at the end of the challenge, a ton of people saw some great results. Some people didn't even lose a ton of weight, and some people even gained weight, and they saw great results just by looking at the pictures,
and
right?
The body composition.
And the body composition. You might have gained some muscle and lost fat, and you might look at the scale and like, wow, I didn't lose any weight. And then you look at the pictures like, whoa, I'm like a completely different person. All right. So like she said, trust the process. Make sure you're doing everything, living a healthy lifestyle, and the results will happen.
Take care of itself.
Take care of itself.
All right, everyone. So this wraps up our questions and cocoa.
Yes.
And as you can see, this Beam Dream Powder is doing its job because Toya has about 2 minutes before
I swear she almost fell asleep in the middle of this video.
So again, we are always preaching how much recovery is important, especially we give you all the workouts and all of these things, but the recovery is where the real work takes place. This Beam Dream Powder has been a very essential part of our recovery, especially in terms of quality of sleep. So again, use that code JUICEANDTOYA for 35% off your first subscription, but also let us know how you like it. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear how it's helping you too.
Oh yeah, and if you like this video, you like these questions and answers, please give us a thumbs up. We plan to do this every couple of months or so, so be sure to stay updated in that YouTube community tab and also in our Facebook group. You can follow us on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitter, we're everywhere.
Find us everywhere.
You can find us everywhere to keep you updated and informed with all of these videos, so you can be featured in the video with your questions. So we thank you for joining us for this video. We hope you answered some of your questions. We're gonna go to sleep because I'm literally like,
So good night, and we will see you all at the next one.